If you're watching this video, then VA has likely scheduled a C&P examination for you. Allow me to give you some tips on how to get the most out of that experience and maximize the chance that it works for you. First of all, are you available at the day and time that VA is scheduled? It's really important that if you have a conflict and you can't attend, that instead of just not showing up, you call VA and explain to them why you can't make it and request to reschedule. If you just decide to be a no-show and don't show up at all to the examination, I promise you VA will hold it against you and likely deny your claim. It is always better to give them a call and try to reschedule rather than be a no-show. Now, let's say you don't have that issue, you can attend. You want to be early. You don't want to be on time. You want to be early to your C&P examination. And you've got to determine what this examination is for. Is this examination for the purpose of service connection? And you can answer that question by learning what condition that examiner is going to evaluate. If you're already getting a rating for it, then it is not a service connection C&P examination. It would be for a higher rating. Now, if you don't have a rating for the condition, you need to be prepared to discuss a number of things. Number one, when did this disability start? The examiner is going to want to know some details about when during your active duty service you actually started feeling the symptoms that led to the diagnosis. Next, you're going to want to be prepared to explain when you were first diagnosed. You also want to be prepared to discuss how your symptoms have increased, how they've worsened from service to the present day. That's going to be very important. Your treatment sources, whether you've been self-medicating with over-the-counter meds until it got so bad you had to go to the hospital. The entire medical history of the condition is critical, and it's really important. Now, you may also be asked to submit to some testing that's relevant to the condition. For example, if you are undergoing a C&P exam for a back condition, VA is likely going to do some range of motion testing as well, just to assess the degree of your disability and see how bad things are. If you're unable to participate in that testing, they will also mark that as well. Now, if the exam is about a rating, though, it's very different. They're not at all concerned about how the condition started. If the exam is about a rating, they're all about how is your unique disability picture today? How bad are your symptoms right now? But I want to be clear. It's not just about how you feel the day of the exam. You want to be very clear about how your bad days are and your good days are when it comes to that particular disability. For example, some veterans with very severe PTSD who might be experiencing hallucinations, suicidal ideation, etc., showing up on the day of the exam and feeling good and not having any of those symptoms, it doesn't help you not to report what happened outside of the exam room. You really want to give a complete picture to the examiner because it's that picture that they're going to pass on to VA to determine whether you should get a higher rating or a lower rating. So it's really important that you're prepared as possible to discuss what is going on with you and how bad the condition can be, even when the doctors aren't looking. Now, it can be intimidating, I know, but an accredited advocate like the ones at Veterans Help Group, we can always help. We have a specific task where we prepare our clients for success. We go through the schedule of ratings so that they understand which symptoms that they're experiencing that the examiners are really interested in and how those relate to different ratings. So if you have any questions about it, give us a call because here at Veterans Help Group, we understand that when you're prepared and when you put your best foot forward, you give yourself the best chance of getting your benefits and getting your life back.